In this tutorial, we will have a look at how to use JavaScript and CSS to create a changing slideshow on the homepage of your website. As you can see here, we have a number of images that are cycling through as time goes on, and each image has a caption. Notice that all of the images are a standard size and shape, and this is an important aspect of putting together your slideshow. We will start by finding a number of images that will be used as the slides in our slideshow. If we go to Google Images and look for something suitable for our website, I'm looking for pets, so I'm simply going to type pets in here and then click on images. What we'll get is a lot of different images, some of which may be far too large for what we're looking for. We want all of our images to have the same dimensions. So one of the things that we can add is an image size attribute that will help Google to look for specific sizes of images. I'm going to look for image size 1024 times, that's just X, and then 400. So now I've found images that only match this particular size. And this is a very useful option to use when you want to get images for your site. So I'm going to save a few images to my folder. I'm going to right click on the image, save image as, and then make sure that I'm going into the correct folder. So what I need to do is go into my extension folder here. So this is the folder that I've got for my website. And I'm going to call the first one img1. If I call it something different, I'll have to modify the script that I use later. So img1 is a JPEG image, and I'm going to save that into the correct folder. And I'm going to look for some other suitable images. So I have another image here. I'm going to save that. Save image as. And this image I'm going to call img2. Making sure it's a JPEG. And save. And I'll just create one more image. This one here to match my introduction. So right click on that, save image as, and then img3, and that also is a JPEG image. So I've got 3 images. You can save more if you want to. You'll have a longer rotation on your slideshow. You might have to make some adjustments to the code. But the code is what we then need to work on. So I'm going to go and have a look at my actual website itself. I think I've possibly, if I just refresh this, view, refresh, yes, I have the images in here now. So I've got template.html. Now, what we need to do, if I look at my template here in design view, you'll see that it has a lorem ipsum text, and there's not much else on this particular page. It's very important that you don't replace everything on the template page. So the first thing I'm going to do is File, Save As, and then I'm going to call this page the Slideshow page. I'm going to save that into the same folder. Okay, what we should be able to do is to remove most of the content that's in this. So I'm going to delete those paragraphs there, and then just leave one paragraph at the bottom. I'll maybe even make it a smaller paragraph just by removing some of the content. So I'm ready now to create a slideshow in the space that I have created. To make this slideshow, we're going to use a tutorial that's available on W3 School's website. So if I come and have a look here, I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to put W3 Schools, and I'm going to put slideshow. And I get how to create a slideshow W3 Schools. So you can see that there is a number of different elements here. There is an HTML section that gets added into your web page. There is a CSS section that gets added as style. And then there are a couple of JavaScript sections that is code that will get added and attached to your page. So we'll start with the HTML section, and we're going to take every single bit of this code and then adapt it when we get it into our page. So I need to highlight inside the example box here. I need to highlight from the starting angle bracket there that says slideshow container all the way down, being careful not to go outside the box. I don't want to go to this bit here. I need to keep it inside this box here to this final div. I'm going to right click and copy that code. And I'm going to come to my page, go into code view, and I'm going to make sure that I'm inside the article but above the paragraph of lorem ipsum text. So I go there and I can right click and paste. And if I go back into split view, we should see that we have our images already, because I called them image 1, image 2 and image 3, or img1, img2, img3, they have appeared one above the other on my page. I should also go in here and edit the actual captions. So I need to just have a quick look at what order they're in there. So caption number 1 is going to be about the guinea pig and rabbit, caption number 2 about all the pets, and caption number 3 about the cat and dog. So in split view, I'm going to go and edit these captions. So for img1, the caption text is going to say something like, we specialize in rodents, that being guinea pigs and rabbits. And caption 2, we can say, we offer a wide variety of pets. And then caption 3, which is the kitten and the puppy, we can supply kittens and puppies. Obviously you will make captions that match up to the products that you sell. Now at the moment these just appear one above the other in your page, so we need to then go back to the W3 Schools page here, and we need to get some CSS. Now this CSS, I can highlight all of that, making sure I get everything in the box but nothing beyond it. So just to there, and copy. And I could in theory just add this into the style section at the top of the page. But what we're going to do is we're going to do it a slightly different way here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the new document page, and I'm going to come down here to CSS for a cascading style sheet. And I'm going to paste it here as a separate set of style information. This is called untitled1.css. I'm going to go to File and Save As, and I'm going to save it as slider_style.css. So into the slideshow folder, I'm going to make something that's a CSS file called slider style and save that there. Okay, now this slideshow doesn't really know anything about that at the moment. It's not changed in any way from where it was. Still everything's above each other. So what I have to do now is go to Format, CSS Styles, and I need to attach the style sheet that I've just saved. If I click on Attach Style Sheet, it'll let me browse and choose Slider Style and open that up. I'm going to attach it to the current page as a link, and I'm going to click on OK. And now you'll see that all of the slides have disappeared. And the buttons here look a little bit different as well. So they've all collapsed down. And if I was to go to save all, now notice I need to do save all now because I've got more than one file to worry about. So I'll use the save all icon here. I'm going to go to File and Display in Browser and look at this in Chrome. And you'll see that I've got 3 little dots here, and I've got some moving buttons to go side to side, but I've got no pictures. However, if I actually move to the side, we still get nothing happening. So these buttons aren't achieving anything yet. And the reason for that is because we need to add in some interactive JavaScript. So I'm going to come back here, and I've got Add JavaScript, step 3. I'm going to highlight all of this information here and copy that. I'm going to come back to my site now, and I'm going to this time drop down this Add New File, and this time I'm going to choose a JavaScript file. And I'm going to paste my code in there. And I'm actually going to go and get the rest of the code as well. So that there is to make the buttons work. But below it says automatic slideshow, and there's an extra bit of code so that it can use a timer to move on automatically. So I'm also going to copy that code there. I'm going to paste it at the end of this JavaScript file. And now I'm going to save this file, save as, and I'm going to call it slider_script.js. So JS for a JavaScript file, CSS was for a style sheet. So again, I'm going to just make sure everything's saved. I think it is. Come back to my slideshow now, and I'm going to go to File, Preview in Browser, and have a look at it in Chrome. So you'll notice still nothing seems to be happening. I've got buttons here now that have got some JavaScript, but they don't seem to be working. But when I press this button here, nothing happens. And that's because, although I created this JavaScript file, I haven't attached it to the actual code. So what I need to do is I need to come up to the top of my code, and I'm going to put this just below title. My title here is on line 6. I'm going to come to the end of title, press enter. I'm going to open an angle bracket and put script. And then I'm going to put source, src is source equals, and that'll let me pick a URL. The URL I'm going to pick is the slider script. And then I can just close the angle bracket, save my file, and then if I go again to File, Preview in Browser and Chrome, we'll see now nothing seems to have happened, but when I press the button, it shows me an actual image on the slides, and the timer kicks in. However, notice if I refresh the page, nothing's showing until I click a button. For example, if I click this middle button here, and once I click it, it then seems to take over. So there's one last thing that we need to do, and that is we want it to automatically start the slideshow as soon as the page is loaded. So I need to find in my script here a body tag. So mine is at line 162, yours might be different. So I'm going to find the body, opening body tag. I'm going to press a space inside there and say on load. On load equals, and then I should be able to put show slides. And because show slides is a function, it needs to have opening and closing round brackets there. They are essential to get the page working. So I'm going to save now. I'm going to go to File, Preview in Browser and Chrome. And you see that now when it loads up, it automatically starts the slideshow. It's showing captions on these. We might want to style them with a different color and maybe a bit of a larger font. But everything now is ready to you having a slideshow in your page.